people of the internet and beyond. I am Wolf Deity, and I shall eat your babies. But first, yes, I have a very deep voice right now. I am sick at the moment, so yeah. I don't really know what to say. So yes, and this is also post-commentary, I should mention. Since I kind of did this whole Forsaken Fortress thing in one kind of sitting, and I didn't really like the commentary for any of it. So last time I talked about my tabletop sessions, and I guess there's been one tabletop session since, that was today, where I went and what was it? Well, basically we just concluded the fight on the elevator, and Lily, I ended up punching a hole through the my Torchic ended up punching a hole through the elevator, and then Lillian threw someone off the elevator, so we are now murderers in the world of Pokemon, so that's fun. I was thinking basically in this episode, since it's mostly a story episode, I'm probably going to talk about why I really, really like the story of the Wind Waker, because overall this is probably, other than maybe Twilight Princess, but Twilight Princess gets bogged down by the fact that a lot of its great story points are references to what's it called? I don't know. I'm dumb, apparently. Yes, they are references to me being dumb. No, they're references to Japanese folklore. So, I don't know where I was going with that. Yeah, there are references to Japanese folklore, so if you don't get Japanese folklore, some of the stuff with Zant might not make sense to you. To be fair, it was something I had to look up and actually find out through, I found it out through Zelda Universe. That got explained to me. I forget what Zant is called. It doesn't matter. My point is, this game is my favorite iteration of Link. For the reason that pretty much almost all of the Links are direct descendant of another Link. Skyward Sword is the first. Ocarina of Time. What's it called? Minish Cap and Ocarina of Time are descendant of Skyward Sword. Then Twilight Princess is descendant of Ocarina of Time. Link to the Past, descendant of Ocarina. Ovaries of Time. Yes, that makes perfect sense. Oh my, there's something wrong with me. What's it called? So yeah, Link to the Past is descendant of Ocarina of Time, but this Link is not descendant of anyone. He's just a kid who basically got put at the wrong place at the wrong time. He's basically being told that, I don't know, he's being basically thrust into this situation where it's like, okay, you're in this position where you can save the world. And sure, technically, anyone could, but what's to say anyone will? He just has to, he's put in a position where he feels that he has to step up to the plate because he kind of has to. And at the beginning here, this section here especially, it's because he wants to save his sister. But then, after that, it's just because he has people counting on him, because through his journey he's met people that he's willing to die for and that are willing to die for him. So it kind of creates this interesting paradigm where he's kind of just doing it because he's doing it, because he has no choice in having I don't know, it's just kind of this interesting thing. And the fact that it's a kid and he's not, descendant of anything, he had to go through the Tower of the Gods, because he wasn't the kind of fated hero. He wasn't the hero, he wasn't descendant of the Hero of Time. he completely just made his own name, which was really which is kind of really interesting. And if you actually get the translations for some of the things the King of Red Lions said, the King of Red Lions says to Jabun. Jabun asks if he is the chosen one and descendant from the Hero of Time, and he just goes, "Nope, he was wearing the costume. He has a sword. That's about it." I mean, okay, he's really, like, he's saving the world on the sole virtue of he's the only person under the age of 80 that knows how to swing a sword. Like, for a little kid, that's fucking... Oh, then there's the pirates. I forgot. I'm dumb. But, like, are the pirates gonna save the fucking world? The pirates want to fucking save Tetris. So I guess most of the pirates are decent people, but, like, just by virtue of, like, he just happens to be in a shit place at a shit time. Like, well, shit for him, I guess. I don't know. I'd like the whole thing of you have to save the world. Why? Because it's in need of saving, and you were here. And I definitely do like the facial expressions and some of the stuff, like, kind of the I feel like, yeah, all the other Links were like kind of a natural-born hero. He has the bravery, but he doesn't have the brains. He's very reckless. Like at the beginning of the game when Errol gets kidnapped, he just jumps off a goddamn cliff. Like he's very impulsive. He's very I don't know. He's not the smartest, and that I don't know. I find that interesting in a character to kind of be the fated hero and just being awful at it. Well, not really awful, but like being not exactly the most competent. And I mean, a lot of people, like, when they talk about Ocarina of Time, they try to be like, oh, this is the greatest, man. They cite, oh, he sneezes. Oh my god, he sneezes. This shows the vulnerability of the character. And that he's still a child. Excuse me, but people fucking sneeze. Everyone fucking sneezes. Like, a great hero isn't going to not fucking sneeze. But if you run around as Link on ice, you run one way and then you run the other way, he's gonna fall flat on his goddamn face. And it's not like a fucking... Like, it's because he's a little kid, he's inexperienced, I don't know. There's actual fucking flaws, not, oh, he sneezed, and, like, he doesn't rat again. Going back to the whole, jumping off a cliff, and he gets himself fired out of a goddamn catapult. Like, that's not something any, like, rational person would do. Get themselves fired out of a goddamn catapult. And he's there with his fucking... He doesn't have a sword, he has a shield, and he's just looking at this thing. He goes, alright, gonna go save my sister. Like, that one thing in his mind is, gotta go save my goddamn sister. Like, he is a very kind of, I don't want to say narrow-minded, but like a focused mind. He's a very focused mind in that once he sets his sights on something, he does that thing. I find it really cool that all the spotlights are like, boom, him! The fucking bird explodes. It's cool. So yeah. And while, oh, I don't want to spoil the next little part, but I guess I won't talk about it, because it's in this episode, and it's kind of interesting. There's mostly spoiler stuff. It's mostly, like, story stuff. I think I'm just paying it, in my main commentary, I think I was just paying it to the feathers there. But yeah, yeah, I definitely think this has the most well-characterized Link. I guess in Skyward Sword, Link was doing it for Zelda. It was very much for his relationship with Zelda. It kind of fleshed that out near the beginning. And that was pretty interesting. It was pretty good. And Link was also kind of, I don't know, he wasn't as brash in that one. He was more clumsy. And I guess he was more hesitant in that one. He didn't really embody courage as much, especially in the beginning, where he's like, I'm not... Oh, yeah, there, I was looking around trying to figure out if this area was instanced. Like, if it was, like, if it was just part of the open world, or if it was just its own little bubble. And yeah, it's its own little bubble. You can't, like... You wouldn't be able to, like... moon jump from the goddamn ocean to here. Which makes me sad. I wish you could. Yes, I have done quite well. Haha. And now I kill you, right? This is the last episode. This is the ending of the LP. I gotta stab you in the face now. You're gonna die. I got the sword. I got my shield. See that? I got my shield. I love just that kind of moment of hesitation, the moment of, oh fuck, and then he puts himself back into position like, motherfucker, I gotta do this. And again here, that kind of like, oh shit, what have I done? Kind of realization of, oh fuck. Because the key was also a seal. And this is where kind of the second part of my thing I find really interesting about the story is because most of the story, like, okay, we could have gone in with the original sword, walked up to Ganon, and stabbed the motherfucker. Like, that would have been entirely possible. And he would have died. But you cannot defeat me with a blade that does not sparkle. It has to be a sparkly blade. I'm sorry, but that's just amusing to me. But yeah, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, the whole kind of also Tetra's badass. Look at this badass. She just jump around, ninja kick and shit. It's awesome. Then she's grabbed by the throat. But yeah, the kind of entire story, like, again, all of this would have been over by now. Like, we would have won if the King of Red Lions wasn't a moron. Like, he could have, like, I don't know, gotten, like, a resistance up. He could have, like, gotten, like, 20 or 30 people to just storm the fucking gates. And they would have fucking kicked ass, and they would have gone through. They would have gotten up to Ganon and stabbed the shit out of him. They would have gone, like, what they fucking do to, Frankenstein, this monster. Where the villagers fucking deal with Dracula, just light his house on fire. Like, they would have done that. They would have just stormed the fucking building. They'd gotten a couple things of pirates, like, and then the old man and Link and just a couple other people. But, the King of Red Lions was so focused on the prophecy had to go exactly like the Hero of Time's story. Also, Vulu's a badass. Look at this. Just fire. Actually, all they had to do before was just Vulu this shit. They could have just Volu'd this shit. Everything, like, beforehand, if they would have done that before getting the fucking Master Sword, everything would have been fine. But no, they Volu'd this shit. No, look, they didn't Volu this shit. It was too late. So yeah, if you hadn't gotten the Master Sword, if this next part with Tetra wouldn't have happened, if, I don't know what else. Well, I do know what else, but I'm not gonna say anything, because that's spoilers. But it's shit he already knows. Oh, I don't know what he's saying. I'm sorry, but I don't care. I might put subtitles up. I might not, because I'm lazy. Oh, I'm lazy. If you want to look it up, you can just look it up. Anyway, so yeah. Oh, my voice is back normal. Yeah, every time I cough, my voice kind of goes back to normal, and it kind of moves back to the very deep-voiced one, like where it is now. Yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, everything was kind of his fault, because he's dumb. King of Red Lions, you dumb. All you ancient motherfuckers are dumb. You're too attached to the past and hero time. Everything's gotta be exactly the way it was. Even down to making the same mistakes the hero of time makes. Like... oh my god, that face. That face he made. That face with the mask. I should have taken the mask off, but I would have... it's funnier now. Hey, Gary, what you doing? Wait a minute. He had the mask off when he was fighting Ganon. That's interesting. I guess for some cutscenes he has it on, and for some he has it off. That's weird. Oh well. So, as I was saying, everything's pretty much King of Red Lion's fault. And, like, I mean, he went and got the fucking, Master Sword, which in Ocarina of Time was what doomed Hyrule, because he went and got the Master Sword, and Ganon then went to the Sacred Realm and fucked everybody over. In this one, he went to get the Master Sword, got the Master Sword, Link unlocked his power, Ganon unlocked his power, and everybody got fucked over. So, because of this, because of getting the Master Sword, everything gets fucked up. Does Link still have the mask? I don't think he does. I think they removed... yep, they removed it. I love this part. I love the story of this game, in general. I mean, Midna is still the best character, story-wise, in the entire Zelda series, but just the general story of this is just so much better than Twilight Princess, in my opinion. Oh, also because you have non-checklist reasons for going to the what's it called? I forget. I'm dumb. To the temples, right. Because in most Zelda games, it's like, first one, it's like, okay, get the 8 Triforce pieces. Link to the Past, get these 3 things. Okay, get 7 more things. And to be fair, this one does still follow the same formula. It goes, get 3 things, plot twist, get 2 more things. But what I liked about this game is that, like, first dungeon you go to, not for checklist reasons. You go there, goddamn, I'm gonna save my sister. Then, later you go to the Temple of the Gods, because kind of a checklist reason, but less so. And then, goddamn it, I'll get my sister this time. This time it's gonna work. And you kind of do. And then, after that, it goes back to the normal fucking formula of just checklist, final boss. As you can see, there's Ganon in the background, a little fucking stained glass image. It's really... I love the art in this game. Later on in the game, once we go back to this area, which we do, spoilers, I guess. It's not really that big of spoilers, though. I'm going to look at all of the paintings, because they're pretty cool. In all honesty, they are really cool. So, once we get, why am I saying once we get? I don't know. Where was... oh! I don't know if I mentioned the intro last episode, but yeah, it was fun to make. I made an intro last episode, well, for last episode and this episode. So I'm wondering, what do you guys think? What do you guys think of the intro? I might improve it at some point, make it a little better. But I think I did a pretty good job. I might sync it up better to the music later, but I think the last part especially synced up really well. But overall, think I did a pretty good job. Oh, and Tetra. This next part makes Tetra so much less badass. Makes me sad. But yeah, I was going to say something, but I forgot. Okay. This makes Tetra so much less badass. Takes away all of her weapons and shit. And then just leaves her here. To, like, I don't know. Die, I guess. Well, not really to die. He doesn't... Not, like, leaving her to die. But he kind of is, in all honesty. Like, he's kind of being a dingus about it. It gives her the Triforce, which leaves her with the thing that Ganon's looking for instead of splitting up the thing Ganon's looking for, making his search that much more of a pain in the ass. Delaying him so that Link can fucking do that. But of course, no, they have to be like, oh hey, we're just gonna give you Princess Zelda on a... Well, we're just gonna give you this fucking Triforce piece on a silver platter. Which is dumb, because he's dumb. And see, they turned Tetra from a sword-wielding badass to a pretty princess with mascara. Which is unfortunate. Because she's vastly less badass. I liked badass Tetra better. I think everyone liked badass Tetra better. But unfortunately... I don't know. Unfortunately, she's not badass anymore. So... Tetra is made less badass by becoming part of... by getting the Triforce of Wisdom, which in turn fucks everything up. How could you, you bastard? You bastard. You bumtard. Bumtard? Bumtard. I'm saying bumtard. He's a bumtard. So yeah, that means that, yeah, he will not rest until he has found her. No, he will not rest until he has found the thing you put around her neck, which was in 2 pieces until you put it in 1 piece. Why didn't you just give it to me so I could drop it to the bottom of the goddamn ocean? I mean, hey, he still would have found it eventually, but hey, you know what it would have been? It would have been much longer. It would have delayed him. Instead of just going, oh, we're just gonna give you this fucking thing. And I'm back. Sorry about that. Just got back from eating. I think my voice is a bit more back to normal. No, excuse me. So yeah. I don't know what I was talking about before, but Tetra is now Zelda. That's the thing. And fortunately, this secret chamber is not yet known to Ganon. I'm pretty sure he said he could sense when the Master Sword was removed. I'm pretty sure he can sense the Master Sword being removed. Also, why are you disappearing, good sir? I don't know. Either way, it's happening. I don't know what there is to say about it. But yeah, I am, oh, that sounds weird. I just unmuted the thing, and it's weird. What was I talking about? I don't know. My point is, Tetra has now become useless for most of the story, and it pisses me off, because Tetra was kind of the most badass Zelda. I mean, she fucking saved our life there. Fucking jumped into the roof, repeatedly kicked Ganon in the face, and then just, like, went badass. But now it's just like, oh, well, whoopity-doo, I guess. But yeah, oh, also, I borrowed from a friend of mine like a drawing tablet that I'm going to use for 3D modeling. That's kind of awesome. It kind of takes some time to get used to, though. So it's like... sorry about that. I had to talk to my parents. But yeah, I'm kind of getting used to it by kind of going through my general interface with it instead of using a mouse. And that's actually really helpful. I've actually been editing together the video with that. It's weird, but it works. What else? So yeah, I'm gonna be making it the Blender thing with that, which also means that I'm going to be able to actually like sketch out the textures, which is gonna be good for Pikachu's face, because I'm making a Pikachu, and that's gonna be fun. Face and mouth and eyes and ears and such, and brown tail and butt stripes and such. Yeah, I've actually got a Pikachu figure next to me. Dow, the Pikachu. You guys can't see it, but it's fuzzy and adorable, and it's like old style fat ass Pikachu instead of like new style skinny Pikachu. That's gonna be interesting. But yeah, I am gonna be doing that. It's gonna be fun. Also, we are now leaving this place. I don't know what I'm doing here. Doing something dumb. Oh yeah, I'm looking at the outside. It's like, ooh, what is that thing going up there? And you can actually see like the mountains and stuff outside of this area, which originally there was supposed to be an entire underwater Hyrule that you could explore, which would have been so awesome. Could you imagine that? That's actually how you had to get to the next 2 dungeons. Would have been through underwater Hyrule, which is awesome. And for like the 3rd time in the past minute, sorry, getting interrupted. Anyway, that'll be all for this episode, guys. Don't forget to rate, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff, or I shall eat your babies. Adios.